to my guys. So here we are. Gideon, come. That's me. Yeah. These guys stayed through thick and thin. There were times, because I was making like 2, 3 films at the same time. There were times when I couldn't go. I would say, guys, okay, 2 of you go, 3 of you go. Each trip, between all of us, we made about 20 trips to Chibok. Um, and risk, no risk, whatever it is, we're going. And every trip made the vision clearer and clearer, what we're trying to say. So thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We can have the crew members to sit, to go about to their seat, not the, okay, the editor. Because we're going to have engagement with you. No, you can sit down, please. Thank you very much for.
Oh, I'm not very used to, so I said I didn't do some things properly. So I would like to acknowledge the presence of the Danish consul who came and is here, to grace the occasion. My brother and my friend, Beladrote, thank you so much for coming. And the Honorable Minister for Trade and Investment Industry. Dr. Jumoke Oduwale, we call her Dr. J. So thank you so much for coming, ma. Thank you all for coming, and this is really, it's been I think this is the best experience I've had, showing this film. This is, I don't know what you think, man, but this is the best. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Yes. Okay. No, there are 3. Maybe just Mama Yana can come.
Okay.
She speaks for them. Yeah. Yes. She's like the spokesperson.
You can sit. We're going to have engagement with them. We bring in Mama Yana.
Yes.
On stage. And then
Come on. Sit down.
hello? So we can take questions and comments. It's an engagement, please. No keynote. Just make it very brief. The keynote is There's someone here. 1, 2, at the back. Oh, where's the mic? Okay, let's start from the back. You start.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Kingston Moif. I'm a filmmaker. Joel Benson, well done. God bless you. A lot of people will just watch this film and just feel like point and shoot. But as a filmmaker, I can feel your pain. It's been years of pain, struggle. It's not an easy thing that you've done, right? I've not seen, I didn't see that film, the Junior of Chibok. I've seen this one. I ought to have left earlier, but I feel the pain. I feel the emotion of the family, of what has gone through. What I'm a filmmaker, but I feel the pain. This is the story which we just seen. There's a lot to this story. A lot. There's so many sides to this story. We just seen a very beautiful, well-told story and all. Is it comment? I don't want to ask questions. All right. I just want to speak my mind. Please forgive me. If you watch this film from beginning to the end, we see that a lot of story that need to be told from the angle of these children. Thank you, well done, and God bless you and your team.
Okay, thank you. That's a comment. Number 2, please. Number 2 here. So after you then. Okay.
Good afternoon. My name is Adebimpe Adebambo, and I'm a multidisciplinary artist. Joel, thank you very much for making this documentary. I have so many questions I'll ask you most probably afterwards, but for the audience, I'd like to ask two questions. One, what is the distribution? Is this film going to be in, even if it's select cinemas, like is it going to be in cinemas for people to be able to have access, you know, like to it, or is it coming to a platform? Then the soundtrack is so beautiful. Is it going to be available for like, God, please. So those are my two questions. Thank you.
Okay. I can quickly respond to that in the sense that in terms of the distribution and all of that, we're still having conversations. We hope that it's such an important story that it cannot be restricted to just this room, right? At the time that it happened, it was a global story. It still is a global story when you zoom out of Chibok and just talk about issues around gender rights and access to education and all of that. So it's a global story. It deserves to be somewhere. And we hope that we can, figure that out. Right now, it's doing the film festival circuit, but, conversations are being had. And by all means, if there's anyone in the room who has the access to, the rooms where we can have those kind of conversations. Yeah, we're very open to that. In terms of the music, well, some people who know me know that music has always been a part of me. And calm down. But I remember one time I was on the farm with Mama, and they always sing on the farm when they're working. It sort of breaks the drudgery of the work. And I'm standing with my guys in the sun. I'm like, yeah, I'm tired, man. And these women are hacking and singing. And there's this song that she sang, and I said to her, I said, what are you singing? Sing it again. And she sang it again. I said, what does it mean? She told me what it meant. And I said to myself, this song will be the theme song for this film whenever we get there. So Kobam Sasuko did the music for Daughters of Chibok. And I reached out to him and I said, I think the battery is down. I reached out to Kobams and I said, we're making this second one and I want you to make the music. And it's interesting for some of us who know that Kobams is visually impaired, making a soundtrack for a film like this. It was an interesting process. Well, it was really cool. I had faith. I knew that he was the one to make the music for the film. And yeah, like to say, the rest is history.
Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. I think you'll be remiss of me not to say a few words. I mean, just to say that this is a story of courage. Mama Yana's courage and how she leads her community and her dignity and the inner strength, the peace in the middle of everything. And I really have to thank Kachi and his whole crew for courage. I remember the very first time he wanted to go to Chibok. And I have to thank Ego for letting him dream these dreams and do them, because it's not easy. When everyone is running away from a place and your husband is saying, that's where I must go. Even I was like, you've done the first one, everything went well. What again? But he doesn't let go. And that is courage. And so I want to thank you and your entire team, all the collaborators that have enabled this dream to happen. It's been a journey. Maramasha, who is another enabler. God bless you. God bless you all. Thank you.
I forgot to mention that even in this room, apart from the mothers of Chibok, we have women who have been displaced from their own communities too. Maybe you see Aisha just came to me now to say the story of what's happening in Borno State. We're going to get to that. But I need someone who speaks Hausa to translate for me. Okay? So let me take the ambassador for now.
Thank you very much. I'm the Consul General, so I'll not take the honor, but of course I have really greetings from our Danish ambassador to Nigeria. This is a topic very close to the Danish heart also, and we are humble and proud also that Dorrit, you're here. And what I would like to ask you, Dorrit, actually, now working with Kachi and the whole team on this, what would be your number one, let's say, experience from working with the Nigerian crew? Because of course, from a Danish perspective, we have had other film producers here. We are very concerned and optimistic about the collaboration between our countries. So in this project, what would be your most important learning experience? What just comes to your heart?
Big question. I can't answer that simply, but first thing that comes to mind is hardworking. Kachi, I think I had a really good collaboration with Kachi. It was very inspiring. I'm kind of lost for words, and I'm very overwhelmed by this experience, seeing this here. So I wish I had something planned that I could answer that very well question with, but it was a very good experience. I only met hardworking people, inspiring people. Also worked very closely with Pearl, the assistant editor, who was extremely hardworking, always present. This film couldn't have been done without her also, including, I mean, all the other people who participated in making this film. And I'm just a very, very small piece in this puzzle, beautiful puzzle of our film. Yeah, I wish I could say more. I can't.
Good afternoon, everyone. I want to just appreciate Joel for the courage. As Dr. Jumoke said, when the Chibok thing started, and I remember, of course, coming to me as his pastor, I'm traveling to Chibok. Why? What is the problem? I have this passion for this project. Okay, we pray. It gets there. Sometimes we will call. I'll be hearing some noise. I say, "Are you okay? Soldiers are with me. Just come back to Lagos." But he kept on. And we thank God for the success of the various videos. For someone that I have a passion for leadership, especially on the African continent, and I know that our leaders can do better. So watching this video, I am just a bit concerned about the fathers, okay? So where are the fathers? I just noticed them doing the farming, doing the buying of the school fees, going to the boarding house. Where are the fathers? Are we going to have fathers of Chibok? Or are the fathers kidnapped also? Where are the fathers? Thank you.
We have the title for the third one.
The mothers of Chibok, the mothers of Chibok are the glue of that community. It's that simple. The mothers of Chibok are the glue of the community. And we captured what we saw. We captured what we experienced. And again, when I go into telling a story, I'm very intentional from the beginning. I know what I want to tell. This is a story about the strength and the courage of a mother, right? So it was very intentional. The fathers are there. I mean, maybe, Mama Yana can speak to that. But, for me, my focus was on the mothers, right? Even when you come into the church, they are the most colorfully dressed. They're the loudest. They're the ones who are singing. The men are there, but visually, the women are more interesting in the church. So, yeah.
Well, what I would say is give to Mayana to talk, the fathers of Chibok.
Good evening, everybody. About the father of Chibok. In our area, as Kachi has seen by himself, we are the power of the house, because the man left everything for us, like to look after the children, their school fees and other things. Not all of them, but some, like almost the men left everything for the women. So this is how we live our life in Chibok. Even to like in church, as you see, spiritually, you can see men playing their cards, doing everything, but all the women at any time they're at the church program. So this is what is happening in the area, really.
Actually, we saw one of the father negotiating money.
What is a farmer, you know?
Yeah.
He's a farm.
Where's the father?
This is a
He
farmer.
was negotiating money.
He used to go and buy, get farm from those who have it.
Yes.
So that issue, he has his farm. You can pay money, then he can give you that farm. You farm on it, and another year you pay another one.
Okay.
Yes.
You want to?
No.
Okay. Please, we are going to limit the time because we take one more person and then I'll bring Aisha. No, there are too many. You've asked? No. Look, we have the film at 2 o'clock. We're missing it already.
Okay. Thank you for a great film. Fantastic movie. I want to ask, who's the cinematographer of this film?
Okay. So I had 2 directors of photography, Motero Moeng and Michael Yelse. And then I had 3 camera operators that worked with them very closely. Gideon Chukwu, Funsho, Ogunigwe, and who's the third one? Alan. Where's Alan? Alan is here? Right, cool. So what we did was that the first trip I went, we used that trip to set the visual language of the film, because we knew we were going to make multiple trips and not everyone would be available. So I had 5 guys that understood the visual language of the film and the style. And so if something happens, it's a documentary. We shot over 3 years. You can't keep anyone on a retainership.
Wow.
So so if something happens and when we got the news that one of the girls had been found and she was related to Lydia, and we had to make a quick trip.
So you got that news while you were even...
I was in Lagos when Mama called me.
Wow.
She just called me on the phone and said, did you hear what happened? I said, what happened? She said, they found one of the girls. I said, oh, fantastic, congratulations. He said, but she's Lydia's sister. I'm like, what are the odds that she's connected to someone in the film? So we had to quickly scramble. I had to call Mateo. I said, are you available? He said, yes, bought him a ticket. Oh yeah, start coming down. You know, and then we went and we were in Maiduguri for maybe 2 weeks waiting for the phone call.
Yeah.
For that she would be able to see her sister. So yeah.
No, fantastic. Congratulations, because visually the pictures in the film are stunning. But I just wanted to ask, obviously you really assimilated with the community.
Right.
And one thing I noticed with other documentaries or even some films that are shot in Nigeria, always the passers-by are always looking at the camera. And
right.
at this one, it seemed like there wasn't a camera.
Yeah.
So how were you able to achieve that?
I started going to Chibok in 2018.
Okay.
I've been to Chibok more times than I can count. And the intention was to build trust, because I genuinely care about these people. I really want to know their story. And so we spent weeks, months just hanging, just talking, just getting to know them before the camera ever came on. You know, so at that point, by the time we started filming, it's like a family member is filming you, you know. It was an ethnographic approach that we took, which is just embed yourself and just be there, you know. And so we would go spend 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a week, you know. There are times when we go, there's no camera, I just go and sit down with them and we just gist, you know, just talk, go with them to the farm. Making docs, at least the way I like to make them, is really a labor of love, and you just have to be committed to it. If you're not committed, you know, you can't just pop in and pop out. The thing is that, you know, with a story like this, it's very easy because of the risk factor and the cost to just pop in and pop out. But do that, you don't go beneath the surface. It's in those unguarded moments that you begin to find stuff that happens, you know. I remember like the rainfall, we're all waiting for rain. We were waiting for rain for like 3 weeks. My money was running out. So I sent cameraman, I said, yeah, go back to SA. I can't be paying you these dollars and all of that. We just sending one by one until it was just, I left, and I said, okay, you just stay. You just stay, And then 2 days later, he called me and he said, okay, you're wrong. I said, did you shoot it? That's what I want to hear. He said, yes. No, it's yeah, that's how it is. Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah. No, please, I'm running out of time. Not the end of it, and
Thank you.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Please, I'm very sorry, but Larry should be holding this. But if it was Larry, you won't have this liberty. Please vote for me for the third time because Larry, come and take this your mic. Please, we're really running for time because today is so packed. In the afternoon, we're going to have a inclusion where we're going to be talking about women in Nigerian politics. It's an extension of what we have just said. And you know the story that is going on. Even though this film was created, this program was created before that case, and we didn't even know this would happen. And we really want to get into that discussion. We'll be showing Double Minority by Kaderi Ahmed. It's a film that I encourage all of us to see. So that's why I'm running for time. But I'll promise Aisha, and somebody is going to help us to interpret. As I mentioned, we have women from other displaced community in Nigeria, but they've been brought here by Cecil, who has been keeping them here. Jonathan, she's not here. She's been housing them in Lagos. They got displaced. She brought them to Lagos and she's been keeping them here, spending our money. I think she's sitting out there if someone can get here for me. So she brought them here to be part of this conversation because Chibok is in almost every community. Even in Lagos, people have been displaced every day. So, Aisha, you want to speak? Now we have somebody to interpret. Can I have the person to interpret? Can you give her the, please, can you come out with your mic?
Assalamu alaikum. Sunana Aisha Muhammad. Ni yar Borno ne. So abin da ya faru a Chibok, haka yake faruwa a Borno, a Dambuwa.
I can explain that. My name is Aisha Muhammad. She's from Borno.
So abin da yake faruwa a Chibok.
What happens in Chibok?
Haka yake faruwa a Borno.
That's how it happens in Borno, in
Local
Dambuwa local government.
Mutane ba sa iya zuwa gona su yi noma.
People can't go to the farm to
Kuma
work,
ana kakkashe su.
and they kill.
Ba su da wani abin da za su yi.
They don't have
ba
anything to do.
makaranta.
There's no school.
Even a wannan azumi,
Even during
an
fasting,
kashe mutum sama da 10 wanda na sani.
we've killed more than
Yanzu-
10 people that I personally know.
Ba za ka iya tashi daga Gombe ka bi hanyar biyu ka je Dambuwa ba.
You
Sai ka
can't
yi
you
zagaye.
can't start from Gombe, go through Biu to get to their house. You have to go round the route.
So, sai ka yi zagayen nan tukunna. Kuma muna da 'yan uwa a can, wayanda ba su da yanda za su yi su fita.
And they have
Ina
family
neman-
members there who can't leave. They're kind of stuck in that area.
Ina neman alfarman wannan gayin kamar yadda ya shiga cikin Chibok yayi wannan aikin. Muna neman alfarman shi. Da ya shiga mana Dambuwa, mu ma yi mana wannan aikin. Duniya su san me yake
Okay,
tafiya.
so we're asking for favor in the way that Joel has gone to Chibok. We're looking for people who would go to Dambuwa because we have family members there and they're stuck. So if we have anyone that can go and help them. So
To shi ne abin da kukana da na kawo ni ma
that's what my
kenan.
cry that I'm bringing to you.
Ku taimaka mana mu ma.
Please help us.
Na gode.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. There are more storytellers in the who will be able to do that. I mentioned here Jonathan. She's the Cecil woman who has been keeping them here in Lagos. About how many of them do you have in Lagos?
Well, we work with over 200, but there are more. By the way, they are from all over now. Our displacement crisis is on another level. If you have the time, please check out SBM Intel. They published something, I think, yesterday or today, just looking at the displacement crisis all across Nigeria. I'm from Benue. My local government is called Kwandi. My hometown, the area is called Turan. As I'm talking to you, they're attacking us every single day, killing, raping, and doing all over. And of course, nobody is covering it, nobody is saying anything because it's in the middle belt. It's not politically sexy to talk about it. The international community also does not want to look at that because they tend to focus more on the Northeast, the Northwest, and they forget that we have large numbers of people who have fled to cities. So you see all our cities taking over, that's where it's coming from. So I want to applaud my mothers. Joel, thank you. But the real heroines and heroes of this whole thing are these women you are seeing today. I want to appreciate the women who have come from Say So. We have Grace, we have Aisha, we have a number of the other sisters here. Please, Kate, they're here. Please, these women, the dignity. We've seen those struggles and they can attest to it. I want to thank you for telling this story. Joel, God bless you. Thank you very much. Mama, thank you. Thank you. I think I just cried I don't want to start again, but we have work to do. We have work to do. And please, let's not be silent. And please, let's hold our government accountable. That's why they're there, to protect lives and property. Let's stop getting stuck in nonsense politics. The politics is for our lives. And it's so important. So please, again, let's reach out to our reps, whoever we know in government, ask them, what are we doing about the displaced? Thank you very much. Thank you.
Back to our keynote. The last statement of the keynote speaker was, tell entertainment story or entertaining story, but do story for sacrifice. Story that will be relevant to all of us. Joel, you are the storyteller. I mean, you've done Daughters of Chibok, Mothers of Chibok. What is the place of the storyteller in all of this? And then you can encourage Diana to wrap up totally. And then that's the question. So the place of storytellers, what else can we do? Because we're known to be Nollywood, but we're beginning to see other stories that are coming up. So,
I mean, I think, the most important lesson that I've learned as a storyteller is that you must always have an agenda. So I have my agenda, and it's to reflect the times that we're in, but it's also very important for me that even as I reflect the challenges that we experience as a people, that we also show the strength of my people as well, right? So I try to tell balanced stories. So, I feel like just like every other form of arts, it's to reflect the times, but within you as a storyteller, you should have your own personal agenda. What are you trying to say? And yeah, that's basically it. Thank you, everyone. I really appreciate it.
give the last word to you, man.
Okay. We from Chibok, especially with the mother, 3 of us that has come from Chibok. We really appreciate each and everybody here in this hall, especially our son. This boy is our son. This man is our son. Chibok's son. We really appreciate him. How she show us love as we are all his mothers. We really appreciate him. May God bless you. May God bless each and everybody here. Thank you.
I think they deserve applause.